Hello, welcome back, another video, and for today we're doing my first weekly roundup where I'm going to give you a rundown of all the books that I read and completed last week, what I'm hoping to read this week coming, and a little bit of an overview of my week in books. First of all, slap that subscribe button for me, give it a go, pull up a chair, get yourself a drinky. Today, I got a new cup. I'm so excited. I'm having a cup of tea in my little witch cup. It's got a hat. It's ridiculous, but I love it. So a cup of tea, and we're ready to go. We are ready to crack on with the video. Onwards. Today is Monday. So last week, from Monday in the AM to last night, Sunday in the very bitter PM, I finished 3 books in total. The first book that I completed last week was a book by Lauren Thoman. I think the surname is pronounced, I'm not entirely sure. You Shouldn't Be Here. It was in the Kindle or the Amazon First Reads section for July. And it's a really good little book about a woman who is trying to figure out the disappearance of her cousin. There's a little bit of a detective, crime-solving theme. There's a little bit of a supernatural kind of theme. Really good, really engaging. I totally enjoyed it and I can't wait to do the full review for you. That was book number 1 for the week. Number 2 was the second of the Amazon Prime First Reads free books that you get at the start of every month. And that's a book called In Any Lifetime by Mark Guggenheim. This is a really interesting concept book. It explores parallel universes, the multiverse. And it basically follows this guy who loses his wife. Through his grief process, decides that his best option is to hunt through the parallel universes to find... My dog just woke up. Why does she always do that when I'm talking? Anyway, he's searching the parallel universes. Plonk. Thank you. He's searching the parallel universes to find the parallel universe where his wife is still alive. You've got that cute sci-fi romance thing, and then you've also got this like James Bond villain happening through this book as well, which adds thriller and pace to the romance. Again, another book that I really thoroughly enjoyed reading. I finished that in one day. It was incredible. Yeah, really good book, really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to doing the full review for that too. And the third and final book that I completed last week, good old Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. Finished that. The review is winging its way to you on Wednesday. I'll do the review for that on Wednesday. My review for The Hobbit is already up. Some similarities there in terms of my opinion. I'll leave it at that. You have to watch the other videos to find out. So what is my reading plans for this week? Tomorrow is my day off, so I'm planning, I have every finger crossed that a couple of the books that I'm currently reading will be finished this week. I always have 3 books on rotation at one time. I have 1 audiobook, 1 Kindle digital book, and 1 physical book. I don't know why. I try to keep the genres quite separate so that my brain can switch gears between them. The book that I'm reading on my Kindle at the moment, this was last month's, June's, Kindle First Reads. Can you tell that I really like getting free books on my Kindle at the start of every month? It's called Still the Sun by Charlie N. Holmberg. I'm only a little bit of the way through. It's a little sci-fi, a little fantasy. I'm still working out what's going on. I think there might be a little bit of romance involved as well. I haven't read the blurb. I just liked the look of the cover. So I have no idea what it's going to be about, but I've got some romance vibes. There's definitely some sort of fantasy or sci-fi. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that, but I think sci-fi or fantasy is definitely where it's leaning towards. But it seems quite good. I'm enjoying it thus far. The other book that I am hoping to finish off this week. The Fox Was Ever the Hunter by Herta Müller. I picked this up when I was on holiday in Romania. I wanted to pick a book written by an author from the country that I was visiting. So I visited a cute little bookstore in Romania, in Bucharest. This won the Nobel Prize in Literature, which means it is quite wordy. It's quite difficult to immerse yourself into because there is a lot going on. But I'm about 40% of the way through it at the moment. I'm hoping to get that finished off this week. This is kind of covering a time period in the very final months of the communist kind of regime in Romania. So it's drawing on real life history, but it's a fictional depiction of something that happened within there. Interesting, I like it. I'm listening to an audiobook just now. I'm only about an hour or so away from the end, so I think I'll finish that this week. Woman on the Edge of Time. I'll stick a photo somewhere. This is like a feminist sci-fi time travel story that's really starting to come together towards the end. There's loads of conversation about mental health and equality, women's rights. Interesting. Finding it a little bit hard to get into to start with, but it is starting to get really interesting now. We'll see how it finishes. I think I've got some sneaky suspicions as to what's going on, but I have no idea. There's spaceships or something happening at the moment, so it's all kicking off. And the last book, I haven't started it yet because I'm near the end of a couple of my other books. I think I'll probably get this done this week as well. This is called Staunch. It's by Eleanor Wood, about a woman who starts having kind of a midlife crisis. This talks about her going through that and how her nan and her elderly relatives kind of help her through that. Her octogenarian nan and two great aunts revisit their years growing up in India under the British Empire. It seems really interesting. And look at that cover. I love that. It's adorable. Anyway, that's my plans, my hopes and dreams for the week when it comes to books. 4 seems like quite a lot. I know it seems like tons, but I'm halfway through at least each of the 3 books that I've already started. That last one is about 350 pages, so I should make it. Hopefully I'll make it. I don't know what else to start though. I've recently been sent an advanced reader copy of a book that's being released in February next year, so I might give that one a wee open on the Kindle and get started with that. I'm dropping Lord of the Rings off back at the library later on, so there's a very, very distinct chance that I'm going to come back with a book from the library that I'll need to read because I'm on a timer when I get it from the library. So I immediately will start that and put all of my poor lonely books on my bookshelf again to the back of the queue. Sorry books, can't help myself. I'm in the library, I've got to pick up another book. That's my plan for the week. Tell me what you're reading. What are you planning on opening up this week? What are you going to get started? What are you finishing off this week? Tell me, I want to add more to my list. I want more on my list. Give it to me. And that's it for today. I need to head off to the library, drop the books off, go to the college library and drop some history books off, and then I need to go to work. So I've got a busy old day on the go today. That's the end of the video. Tap the wee subscribe button for me. I'm still speaking to myself, and although I love it, it would be great if you guys could join me. Come along on the journey with me. I'll be back on Wednesday with my Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring review. Until then, bye!